All right, so here I'm appointed as an assistant professor. I'm teaching business students. So a typical day in my life really starts with getting up and going to the college to teach students. So I do that in a day. I have hardly 2 or 3 classes, right? So I deliver my lectures. It's of 1.5 hours duration. I do that, and then after that I come back to my apartment and I then do my research work. Remember, if you want to have a successful career in academia, you should always be in the practice of writing research papers, research articles. Because remember, apart from the appraisals that it provides you, it also gives you the opportunity to grow as a professor. Because remember, this is a field where you are supposed to learn and you're supposed to deliver whatever you have learned to the world. And research papers or research articles are the way to do it. So that's how I do. So I come back home and I try to work on my research project, research article for about 2 3 hours, and then I prepare my lecture for the other day, and that's pretty much it. So that's how I follow. And these days I'm also hanging out with my students. I go out and have coffee with them the way my supervisor used to do. So I sometimes remember about that also. So that is something that is a perk. I consider that to be a perk because I have more than student teacher relationship. I have very friendly relationship with my students. They understand me, I understand them well. And all of us really hang out, and they're not hesitant to come to me to ask queries or whatever they need clarifications on. So remember, one important pointer I would like to give here for the students of the people who are in their PhD programs. When you find a career as a teacher, as a professor anywhere, try to be flexible, right? There's no need to be too harsh on students, because this is something that I've noticed, that the more harsh you get with your students, the less is their learning. So try to make them comfortable with you so that they can share their issues, their problems, their difficulty in understanding as comfortably as they can. If you're not giving, if you're not giving them a platform, the kind of environment, the kind of ecosystem, then the learning that might happen is going to be very, very limited. So this is something which is a suggestion to all the professors and all the people who teach, who are in the teaching field, that they should have this kind of rapport and this kind of ease with the students. Because I have seen the students here; they are immensely intelligent. They're immensely mature of their age. If you compare about their age, I mean, they are just in their 18s and 19s. They're just 18 and 19 years old. Still, the maturity content they show is remarkable. And this, I think, is attributed to the kind of world they're exposed to these days. I mean, at our times, we didn't have smartphones, we didn't have the internet for that matter. But because the world has got so, diverse in terms of everything, in terms of technology, in terms of other issues as well, that the younger generation is becoming more and more matured. They're becoming more and more informed about things, right? So you have to treat them that way. You cannot treat them in a way where they are made to feel small, or they are made to feel, a person who doesn't know anything. So you should have that approach towards students. You should be very, very comfortable. You should be friendly with your students. I don't know. There are some universities that say that you shouldn't be very friendly with your students, but I do not agree with that, quite honestly, because I believe the more comfortable you are with your students, the better will be the learning curve. Not only for them, by the way, also for you. Because as professor, you will learn about so many new things that happen. I get so many suggestions every day when I go to the class. I'm teaching them a course on e-commerce, and more than I am teaching them, they are teaching me, because they know more about things that I will do. Because a person of my age wouldn't really know about all these recent developments in the field of e-commerce. I mean, I heard about reels, for instance, for the first time. I never know that there was reels in the Instagram social media platform. They in fact made me make an account in Instagram. I made it for them, and now I'm learning so many things about Instagram. I'm even learning how companies are using Instagram to promote their products. So this is something that was completely alien to me. I learned them from them. So this is where you should. So if you should have that question, that comfortability questioned with your students, so that they are open to sharing their observations with you, right? So if it calls for maybe having a tea party or a two, don't hesitate. Please go for that. I mean, nothing really harms that way, right? So this is what I am having. I'm very elated, but I'm very, very happy. Just for the people, who say that it's a very mundane job, it's very, very entertaining. I'm really, really happy.